All right, all right, all right. Ace Attorney time. Let's get into it. Okay, so, we are in the final case. It's the last case, and I think this is, I got to the court section of this case. So, who knows what is about to happen. Here we go. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Hi, Susie. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Depression, what's up? Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, all right? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Oh, Mia. Happy New Year to you and to everybody. Happy New Year. This is how we start off the new year, with some Ace Attorney. And hopefully, this will turn out to be a very, very good case. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. It's him. Oh, it's the dude. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed to be a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grrr! For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. What kind of games is this person playing? Wait! It's only been 3 days and the US did a thing? Yes, I know. It's rough. It's bad. Bloody terrorism already. Hi, Ilya. It's great to see you back. The kidnapper sent me a present. Mr. Lawyer dude, who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, I feel like it definitely has something to do with him. In fact, I think when I mentioned that, something about the, I think when I mentioned something earlier about, like, the butler or something. I mentioned something about it to him, and he seemed to, like, we were talking about, like, the case or something, and he was like, oh, then you have to be my lawyer or something. Like it changed his mind, kinda. So, I feel like he definitely knows something about who is behind the radio, but sure, for now, we'll pretend like he doesn't. You'll like the present? Really? Trust? Okay, we'll see about that. This time, I won't drop cola. We can only hope, Susie. Dude, did your nose just get longer? What? Hey, Nabibi! Alright, into the courtroom we go. Mia by my side? I can't lose, right?
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ongard. Are the prosecution and the defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is it Von Karma? Oh?
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Are you getting mad at me? Want me to explain more specifically when he responded? I don't understand your question, but yes? Your Honor!
Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma... was shot by an unknown gunman? What? What is this case? What is this case? That's insane! Holy crap! When you said the killer, he didn't care for the radio. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Holy crap! I can't believe it! That's amazing! That's incredible! Amazing! I almost said amazing. What? Shot? Was this the gift? Was this the gift? Was the gift her being shot? Ain't no way. Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. What? His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be your advantage. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer.
She's alive and in stable condition.
That's good.
Whew.
Wait, you're...
I thought he'd show up. No! Your Honor. Due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Oh! Miles Edgeworth! The prosecution is ready, naturally. The boy returns. The homie returns. But no, Miles, no! No, you can't be the prosecutor. No, prosecutors are evil. You're a good guy, I think. Right? Edgeworth's a good guy, surely. Come on. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked into this case over, and I am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Ungard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. Oh? Freaky Edgeworth? Not yet. Goldie the Return? Whoa. Good guy, sure. But he can't be bad. He has to be good, please? By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Of course. Of course, Gumshoe had to be in this. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
What? Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. So Depths of Reality got the biggest update yet? Oh my gosh, Goldie. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. I still want to see the no lobster. He showed me some lobster today. That is... You're making that sound worse than it is.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
How would he know that?
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms, sir.
Okay.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
They added a new level which replaces the old map called the Junkyard, which the Junkyard is the most hugest level in the game yet. I'm not kidding, it took me 3-4 hours to fully explore it. My goodness. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony. Okay, let's press on that. We got pressed on everything. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended at around 8 p.m. And then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period.
Please continue with your testimony, detective.
And most level take it around 10 to 15 minutes to explore, so you know it's big. Yeah, definitely. My goodness. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Matt Ungard's manager. She's really a pretty lady, sir. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence.
I'm gonna guess she's gonna be a witness at some point, or on the stand.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Ungard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. And that's when she found the victim's body.
Okay. Fun fact, this case has some really funny bloopers from the anime. At some point, I gotta be able to watch the anime. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered. The cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal.
What?
Take a look. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana? His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Then what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
Oh, so he was like choked, but then stabbed. Interesting.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
But time of death 8:15. Okay, strangled with a scarf then stabbed with a knife. But like, no, we don't have a crafty murder at all. That was just dumb. There's no way they could have hidden. Like an autopsy report would have found the bruises around the neck. The anime is the same as the game, TBH. It's the bloopers that you need to watch. Depression, have you seen them? Yes. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Yeah, tell me about the empty guitar case. What's going on with that? And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
How?
Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted to get the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Well, we thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. Ah, so much for my theory then.
I feel like, and it's a court record thing? Like, how the heck is this not relevant then? Empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Yeah, that's important, I feel like.
However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
Oh, no, misclicked. Our first order of business should be to gather more info from his testimony, but there might be a trap set up for us somewhere. Maybe. However, setting off traps is part of a lawyer's job, too. If you say so. Of course, we're supposed to escape from them, too, wouldn't you say? Okay, gotta press on this one. I don't know, most of them are usually good, though. Which the new hardest took me a bunch more attempts compared to Agro's peak. We'll convince you it had nothing to do with the case.
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio.
Oh, okay, so it got found at the TV studio?
The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. You mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So that guitar was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yep, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir.
Oh, we're not done here. See, A-Dee Depression likes them. That means you need to watch them. The anime? I want to watch them. I'll get on them. I'll absolutely watch them. But I don't want spoilers though. That's the issue. There might be like I might watch too far ahead or something, you know? Like, do they follow the everything that happens in the games exactly? Apparently my opinion matters the most.
Matt Ungard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button.
Oh, that's right.
It was ripped off the ninja costume and found in the Mr. Ungard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Ooh, that's not good. Depression always wins. So true, pretty much. Wait, you can't watch all the things we recommend, but you'll watch the anime of a game you've already played? Well, yeah, because, well, I don't know. It seems like it'd be really good. It seems like it'd be nice to watch, you know?
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife using the stabbing.
Are they like 20-minute episodes each? They're surely not, right? They're like, what, like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so each one? Like, they're short. I feel like they're shorter than, like, regular episodes for TV shows.
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Knife bears the victim's blood and Ungard's fingerprints. In the grip, Gatewater is engraved. Interesting. Yes, I'm here, Malworth. It's an anime. It doesn't tell me anything.
And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also covered in blood. Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
Well, of course it is. What? Jammin' Ninja's button added to the court record. Okay, Jammin' Ninja's button was ripped off his costume, is covered in Corrida's blood, found in Ungard's hakama. Okay. I was eating fish? Oh, lovely.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? No, Edgeworth! You should not be my enemy! You and me need to hug! We need to hold each other, because we need to reconvene. We need to be close to each other again, so you can be my friend. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Edgeworth, yes! Edgeworth is back, and he's the freaking prosecutor! That's so uncool. I hate that. The other girl got shot? Yeah, Francisca got shot! Like, that's insanity. Matt Ungard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. Every Ace Attorney anime episode is 24 minutes long. Oh, it is? Oh, damn. Okay, well then I guess it's like a proper thing. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Ungard won, did he not?
Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corrida was always one step behind Mr. Ungard in everything. This year, it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown.
Mr. Corrida lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Okay. He's Edgeworthy, our present from the radio guy. Yeah. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. I feel like you're jumping to conclusions, little there, Gumshoe. Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Ungard was beating Mr. Corrida in the popularity polls.
Well, yeah, I guess, but...
Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not the rival at all. Which means that he had no motive to kill at all. Yeah, they're 40-something episodes. And there are 2 seasons? Holy crap! Okay, never mind. I thought it was like a mini-series or something. But no, that sounds like a full proper anime.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective. It's not, well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Damn!
No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. That's...
I look forward to your pension negotiations. Damn!
No! Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony.
He doesn't give a crap. He doesn't give a damn.
No, not my board pension too.
Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello, anyone? That's why I'm saying just watch the bloopers. Yeah, I'm so tired. Oh no, there's one moment in this case that I love that involves Miles, and I'll say there's even a theater play of it as well. Ooh. As for evidence, there's the Gem and Ninjas button. Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Gem and Ninjas costume.
Huh? But can't you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it.
Wait, what? Anyone could have smeared that blood on it afterwards.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
All right, I knew I had to be this. I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And the thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the threads of the costume with the thread of the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. Isn't Gumshoe like poor AF? I mean, if he's not, he's getting there. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Unguard's Hakama. Well, if I said that, it would be a spoiler and I'd be shot and killed. Oh my gosh. When was the button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corrida, and then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder.
The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? I'll say it, but I'll delete the comment. Just hint and delete it. Well, y'all are in the Discord, aren't you? You can, like, I don't know, DM or something. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. A-Dee, don't read chat for a bit. Just don't say it. Just say it when I'm in the middle of, like, or if you're gonna type it in chat, you could just do it when I'm, like, in the middle of you know, dialogue or something. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder.
So is the defendant the owner of this knife then?
I'll post it in general and delete it once I get a response. Yeah, you can do that. Oh, right, Discord, yeah. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. I don't know that that's necessarily what that means, but sure. There is no way that this is a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife.
Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either.
Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove that it was a predetermined murder, premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix? Yes? There's something very interesting about what that detective said just now. Think carefully, before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with Unguard's fingerprints. Be careful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Damn, Mia is helping us out here. Okay, so it's probably the last thing here. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. Do I have any sort of evidence that disproves that? I'm back. Oh, welcome back, Susie. Oh, wait. Well, could it be this? Because he was choked? I'm gonna save Scum, but I'm pretty sure that's gotta be it, right? No? This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Not at all, Mr. Wright. Please think the facts over before making accusations.
Crap. I'm already failing. I don't think I won many points with the judge. She makes this a premeditated murder. A-Dee, get ready for the insults? No! Fill with tomato juice. Wait, oh, is it this? Is it that it says Gatewater on it? And it happened at the Gatewater Hotel? How would he have bought it? Objection! Oh my god. Wait a second.
What?
So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder. Is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant
did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh? It has great Gatewater seal next to the handle. Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means that this murder was not premeditated. What happened in the chat? I don't know. What do you mean?
Yes, that is very true. This is very big.
No, not really.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? Gumshoe is a bit slow? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. What? How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough to not realize this.
But I didn't know. Oh,
The question is, where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corrida's room.
I scrolled up a bit and saw, shut up, New Vivi? Unless he's running from Francisca? Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. Wait, what? The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on the top of the table. The tomato juice? There's a knife and fork on the table. Oh. Man, I really dislike Edgeworth in this case. Oh.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
I mean, you could add multiple knives, I guess. If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard. Oh. Especially what was at the top of his table. Damn, I see. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. Damn it, Edgeworth. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Ungard's knife was missing. Mr. Ungard had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Meowth, I need some answers. Answers to what? I actually liked him here, even if he's a bit of a jerk.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
Damn! I never seen the judge praise somebody like that before. It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps. I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out of the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Actually, I do not right now. Oh, no. I mean, all of this is already in the court record. I mean, except for this. The radio transceiver, maybe. I would come back. Ace Attorney 3 prosecutors will always be the best. A bit of a jerk. I mean, I'm deliberate with my words. I think, could I say yes, and then, because maybe the quote-unquote present isn't Von Karma being shot. Maybe there's something else. I'm gonna go with actually I do. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Oh, look at how much health I'll lose! And Avivi's already face palming. Oh no!
You may not present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
I don't know. I feel like this is the wrong path, but all the health, yeah. Screw it. Sorry, Wright, but this time your bluffing steered you wrong.
I can see nothing strange about this piece of evidence.
Really? Wait!
I am a man of my word, Mr. Wright.
Save scum time. Yeah, that's why we save scum.
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for a misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard.
Your Honor, this radio I got randomly. Yeah, this radio I got, there's a killer by the name of Dick Killer on the other end.
The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held.
Your Honor, I was just having a laugh, alright? I was just having a laugh. Please, forgive me. Alright, cut me a little bit of slack, yeah? Alright, so then I do not right now? This has to be another trap. Better if I don't say anything than risk throwing out a bad piece of evidence.
Looks like the defense isn't saying a peep on this one.
Which means this court is adjourned. Phoenix, we will lose this case if you give up here. So you had better show the judge something quick. Slow down. We all know I have a tendency to be wrong more than... I can't even say it. Oh? There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Oh, no! Something the court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial need...
Oh, no. No, I have to present something. But what could it be? Evidence that the court... British A-Dee is back? No, stop. Nothing ever happens. Okay. What is this important evidence that you must show the court? Something the court hasn't seen yet. I don't know. Article from tabloid Gossip Land. Stolen camera. It seems like this, but it's not relevant. Radio transceiver. I thought that would have been it, but I guess not. Press conference ticket. Probably not relevant. Glossy photo. Probably not relevant. The juice? How would it be the juice? I mean, it's kind of relevant to the guitar case having water on it. Maybe a little bit got spilled, but my current thoughts, it's either this press conference ticket, the camera, or I guess the juice. I'll go with the juice first and see what happens.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Oh my gosh. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. What? Just try? Just risk it? I did it and it looked like it worked. You got everything to lose, just try. Wow, is there a delay in the chat? The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against the assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on the top of the dresser. Ah!
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. You got everything, testing? No? It isn't delayed? Well, what do you all have to say?
Well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yep, yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion.
You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass. I think there kinda is, but... What? If by delay you mean Omori? No. On my end, about 8 seconds. Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay, I guess. It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. I mean, let's ask her.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set the glass down without thinking? It's possible. There's no way. Guards manager, an intelligent woman who seems to have it all together. I mean, she's pretty intelligent. She would know not to disturb a crime scene. I'm gonna go with there's no way. I'm lagging? Oh no! If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head, yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? It's old bag, Your Honor? You're not thinking hard enough today, right? You ain't wrong. Did you think that this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews. What? Ah, it's filled with tomato juice. Bears Andrews' fingerprints. Damn. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
That's what you just said. Makes a lot of sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Now, do you see, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard about the past year, about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. I've decided not to be a prosecutor anymore. It is evil, and I will be on your side for the rest of time, Phoenix Wright. Can you say that, please?
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Wait, what? Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet to... Another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? What? Old Bag. It's gotta be Old Bag, right? Yep. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation. Gotcha! I wonder what happened to the calm and composure he had earlier. Oh, Wedgie boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, foreshadowing is relatively obvious, it was that wicked witch of the witness stand. I tell you, this time, I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with a terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know.
Oof. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, ma'am.
No. Please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true that what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, where should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard. He's saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in the little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida. But those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Well, very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Oh, God. Flip it around, Wicked Witch. POV Average Miles fan. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room, okay? There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Wait, what?
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I have a request for y'all. So I don't know how long this case is gonna take, but ideally I would want to either finish it all today, if possible, or make sure that there's enough to this case for the next stream. See, like, what I mean by, like, say there's 5 hours left, I would like to do, like, 3 and 2, you know? Rather than do, like, 4 and 1, you know? So if you think I should come to a stopping point at any point, to leave enough, you know, content for the next stream, let me know when that stopping point is. And if you think I can finish it all today, let me know of that as well. So please, let me know, because I trust that y'all know, you know, how long the case is. After the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. Long play, 7 hours. Let me see where you're at. Okay, please and thank you. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show, but I refused to help. I will have you know, it was for that lead-headed samurai show. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was good things the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me, so I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door? There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? No can do? Nuvivi, don't do me like this. Something you were interested in? And just what was that? It's not some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is the thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to our testimony later. Looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. I'm gonna save real quick. I'm not planning on doing anything just yet, but I just want to save just in case. Exactly 2-hour mark? Okay, so then this stream should probably go on for as long as possible. Oh? Then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room? Out of 7.5 hours. So yeah, okay, so I'm pretty good on time then. I've got a long ways to go.
I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I couldn't... Wait, what? I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why, ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yo, same.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? Wait, I don't even... What was that last thing? Make sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. Plus an hour for stupidity. Depression, no! Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information...
What, you can't go into a courtroom and then get asked questions and then be like, oh, I'm not telling you. And she's done that twice now. Like, how is this allowed?
This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was... Yes, he was... I'm too scared. I can't say his name too loud.
Oh, I wouldn't give up on Francisca's whip right about... What? Francisca's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I could tell you, since he's such a bad boy anyway.
Plus an hour for an lobster discussion, yeah. It was on guard, Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Gotta up the 80 factor? Yeah, you can. PDF file island, for example. What the heck? You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yes, see.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year? I should delve into this a bit further. The person's face, what the person was carrying, the person's clothes. Person's clothes? Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
The gaudy thing that he's always wearing, the racing jacket.
He was wearing that at the detention center too.
That thing meant for nothing but seducing women out of their platoons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, what was this testimony just now? Was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Not important. It was very important. Do y'all get it? Yes, I got it. Not sure why you brought it up though, but I got it. I don't think this was important. I'll say it was not important. I guess it really wasn't important after all.
Mr. Wright, do you know why we say time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn. You've wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me.
Why do I suddenly feel old in the presence of her childish whining? She may not remember things or be mistaken here or there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. You know, mine sure does. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Is there someone I want to place? Okay. Let me see other details of this question. No, I don't get the context. Keep it that way. Yeah. How about what the person was carrying? Let's see. What was the man you saw carrying? In which hand? His right or his left? Now this is a real mess. I mean, I can't be expected to answer such a vague question. What is wrong with her? Just tell us both.
Indeed. Please be more specific with your question, Mr. Wright.
The judge, dude, this judge. I swear to Crev, this judge. Sorry, what was the man you saw carrying in his right hand? He wasn't carrying anything in that. Why is she like this? Then how about his left? Empty. Oh my god. This lady! Well, this whole thing has been a whole lot of nothing.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was not important. Wait, was it important? Shango with a scar. Gatewater Hotel. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say it's not important, but maybe it'll be relevant later. I know a popular YouTuber that played a series a few years ago and gave the judge a goofy voice. This really wasn't important after all. Okay, let me try the last option on that, question, on that statement here. I mean, I know what you meant, but I don't know why you started talking about it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. The person's face. Let's see that. Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes, and his effeminate lips. His right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, he's shining all around in this week's pinup poster, dearie. This week's pinup? I mean, I don't care about how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay please stay with what you saw that night. What? Unguard's face is the same, no matter where it is. You know, you whippersnapper.
So, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now important?
No. It was not important. Damn. Crap, I got nothing. Okay. After the ceremony, I went to the place around the hallway. There's something that was interesting to find out. It told me not to worry about that bit. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. This, I'm going to press again, because I feel like I missed what was said here. Tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room. I have no idea. Okay. Okay. When someone showed up, the man was coming out of poor Juan's room. I mean... I feel like... Okay, I feel like currently it's the last statement, and it's that one of those was important. But I don't know which one, because none of these would make any sense. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, I got nothing. Do y'all got a hint or anything by any chance? Because I am at a loss here. What's happening? Well, I'm trying to... It's one of these. I'm trying to figure out which one of these statements is, she's not being, truthful. Anyway, after a ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in the hotel room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up, the man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. One of those statements is seemingly not truthful or something. Did you press this one? Yeah, I pressed all of them. I pressed on all of them, but this one seems to have 3 more options when you press this one. Like it asks you about 3 different like things. What his clothes, which he was wearing that clothes, what he was carrying, which was nothing in either hand, and his face, which seems to be I mean, the most suspicious one is the carrying thing, but I don't know, it could be real. She could be legit about it. Clothes? Why would you think it's clothes? Is it because he had to be dressed up as something else? Because he's the jamming ninja? Oh my god. It was very important? Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? What did you skip it? No, I didn't skip it. I only skipped the part I've already read. Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's just all for show. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She's so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. Okay, I've read this part before. But I don't know if I have the evidence for this. Honestly, it's all just for show. He's wearing his, like... Plays a Nickel Samurai. Rivals... Oh, is rivals with the Jamming Ninja. Oh, okay. So he's not the Jamming Ninja. Well then... Go through the evidence? Okay. Alright. What is a Hakama? What is a Hakama? Guess who's back? Welcome back, Susie. The button? Because I'm feeling it's the button because he put it in his Hakama, but I don't know what a Hakama is. Dress? So then, surely it must be the button, right? What a samurai wears. Oh! Susie's back, tell a friend. Then the button, maybe?
Objection!
Oh. Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't you say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninja's costume.
She knows. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
This is evidence, ma'am. We can't give this to you. Now she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Ungard's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Ungard. Hakama is pants. Oh, yeah. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants. See? See? And Ungard is the Nickel Samurai. Witness? Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe but instead I have to put up with wearing this ridiculous looking outfit. This outfit is hideous, right? I've got a tape recorder stuck on my chest. It's heavy, so heavy I wish I would have switched to CDs ages ago. Dream alive for all those kids out there. I work hard, understand? Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes be about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should... Something about a tip and edgy? What the...
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. Now what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Ungard, the man, but Mr. Ungard, the Nickel Samurai.
But when you think about it, A-Dee, I've been trying to not to insult you, and you're starting to make it really hard. No, Nubibi, why? What Helen when I was taking a shot? What? Oh, what happened? What did happen? A whole lot of nothing, pretty much. But we're getting to the bottom of it with Old Bag here. You're really one and the same anyway. Literally cases 1 to 3 again. Miss Old Bag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist. We're not done? I should be the one sighing, not you. We're not done? She's still got more! Hey, I'm number 1. Hey. Ungard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai I saw. What? Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. But wait. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things. I mean, we did a case a year ago that literally had something similar, I think, right? But the possibility does exist. Young'uns today, I told you, there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful as a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Something about a tip and edgy. Hey, I'm number 1. Not 1 through 3, but the first game's case 3. Oh, got you. Yeah. Sorry. Who I saw. Okay, Ungard. Yes, now I remember. So I think I know where it's wrong, but I don't know if I have the evidence for it. Would you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. Oh, what? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai. She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket?
Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you be good and just stick to the facts. Okay, you promise, right? Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. What the heck are they on about? Lobster? A-Dee, you should have started singing? No. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. No lobster. Wait, Gojo and Sukuna are fighting again? Oh, God. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Why is she on about this? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be a Judge Judge Wagner, hero of the public court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not a Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? What is she on about? We are watching through JJK right now. Yes, I have to deal with them now. Tell Sukuna to come to my place later. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. It's been a week and you're still talking about the lobster? Yeah. And why would that be? That way, no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You're such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. And that why you're always doing... Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it! Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. What? He had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear in that post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage for a friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jammin' Ninja. Of course it included him. That's why when Ungard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I married Sukuna, yes. Ilya, it's been a while, and we're still talking about a grinder. Ilya wasn't here for that. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. As showy as ever, haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one, huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Okay, so I think I know the contradiction. I'm pretty sure it's this one. You have to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? I'm pretty sure it's that he didn't know about this, and he kept saying that he didn't know about it. But I don't... Oh, I hit the wrong button. But I don't have the evidence for it, though. That's the problem. I don't have any evidence that says that he didn't know about it. How many marriages you got? Like current marriages, or do you include my divorces? Chat, what is your favorite cartoon? Okay. Let's see. Maybe I have the evidence for it. I mean, I'll check, but I doubt it. Seems like Nickel Samurai Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after post-ceremony stage show. Yeah, article from Gossip, empty, photo concrete screen, that's not relevant, triangle with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife, Gatewater engraved, found in his hakama. Yeah, I don't have any, I mean... Sorry, plays Nickel Samurai as your rivals Gem Ninja. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's this, but like it wouldn't. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. I mean, I'll try it. Smogovsky? Yugoslav cartoon? Wow, that's really neat. Alright, I'll try it, but I doubt this will work, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I figured. Let me just, what's going on? Hey, Callum! I'm trying to, right now we're just questioning this old bag. And trying to figure out... Oh my god, why do I keep hitting Q? And trying to figure out what she's lying about here. Which one is it, though? Because I don't think I have the evidence for it. Unless it's not what I'm thinking it is. Unless it's something else. He must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Mia's saying there's a clear contradiction, but I don't... Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. Lisa Painful has a secret super boss fight, which takes up to 1 to 2 hours. My goodness gracious. I think I remembered the thing. Evidence? I mean, here's all the evidence. Like, nothing seems relevant. Something about Prince? I mean... The only thing... Holy hell, you're stupid? Navivi! Oh, I did notice your name is Chronic Navivi now, by the way. Callum, you miss British A-Dee. No, no. Did you put Lisa the Painful into the list? Yeah, it might be on there. It might be on there. I think it might be. Something about fingerprints? The only thing that has to do with fingerprints is this. I think. But doesn't seem relevant. Is Tabs on the list? I think it is. British A-Dee? No, no. British A-Dee didn't happen. Our British A-Dee comes out every now and then, but, you know, doesn't stick around. I hope the British A-Dee accent comes back. Madness. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Can y'all give me a hint? Nico Samurai that I saw. I just left and came back. How are you still looking? Look at his costume? What? I did not mean to hit that. I did not mean to hit that. I did not mean to hit that. I meant to just look at the costume. Look at the costume. If you were a submarine, you would be firing stupidos. Hey! Hey! Yeah, A-Dee sometimes says a word in British accent. Okay, look at the costume. I'm looking at the costume. I'm looking at it. Hang on, hang on. I mean, he's got... I don't think anything from his costume will tell me anything. I'm at my limit here. Why? I don't understand. The two people. Alright, alright, alright. Ilya, help Ilya. If you're still kicking. I'm not getting help from anyone else. A hint. I'm not even asking for the thing. Want the answer? I'm asking for a hint. Like, look at the buttons. Yeah, there's a button missing. I don't understand. Like, it... Ungard's costume? A hint, you got million already? Wait. Ungard's costume? Huh. Well, I thought this would be enlightening, but I don't think it is. It usually happens at the beginning of the stream. You notice anything about it? Hang on. Let me see. Let me connect the dots here. Hang on. It would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. Samurai saw. It would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. Would it have been? I mean, he's got massive metal arm. That doesn't seem very convenient to me. I don't know. Could it be this? You notice anything about it that contradicts the old bag? Look at the other evidence. Damn, I'm lost. Okay, thank Krev. Ilya is lost with me. We love that. Wait. He's wearing gloves. He's wearing gloves! So how could he have left fingerprints if he was wearing gloves? Is that it? But it still doesn't explain... It still doesn't explain... Alright, it doesn't explain which piece of evidence it is, but I'm gonna just guess this one. Because it's the only one that involves fingerprints, right? A-Dee, you genius? Thank you. No. No, not a genius. No. How did I get that wrong? What are you talking about? To be fair, others are confused too. Okay. Okay. But... would it be this? No. What? Which one is it then? Strangle with a scarf, stab with a knife. It doesn't, it still doesn't make sense! You need to show the knife, but with a different line. It's the Nico Samurai that I saw. On guard. Yes, now I remember. Okay. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage, you know, right after the crime. He must have worn that Nico Samurai when he was stabbing poor Juan. Oh. I guess that's probably it. I'm gonna revert save, though. How? But how? Alright, no, no, this one was hard. No, this one was difficult, y'all. Y'all are mad. Y'all are mad if you think this one was easy. That one was definitely maybe the hardest one of this whole game. Okay? That was really hard. Sorta. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so, it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. Even I knew this one, and I barely remember this case now. Did I just lose health? What was that sound?
What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving?
Oh my god, even the judge is lost. If Mr. On Guard is really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it is impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. It isn't rocket science. Even I knew this one, and I barely remember this case now. When did you play it? To be fair, you had to be extra specific. Wait, why is Edgeworth the prosecutor? Oh, because freaking Von Karma got shot. She got shot, like, immediately. Walking it, like, almost at the courthouse. And, like, suddenly Edgeworth's like, I'll step up and be the boy. I'll be the homie.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
What? Yeah, she got shot. It was insane. Like, this case is taking, like, a weird turn. He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Who would do that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in the costume as the Nickel Samurai. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Man, if Meowworth was here, she'd probably be pissed at me too. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Wait. He had no intention to kill him when he went to the room. Think about it one more time. There is a contradiction. Think about it one more time. I think I need a little bit more time on this one. So let me get this straight. When Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. But where's Meowworth? We don't know. He had no intention of killing him. I mean, I don't think there's... Yeah, you know what? There are no problems. Can't see any real problems with his theory. But if you let Edgeworth's theory stand, then we're one very large step closer to the guilty verdict. Look at the court record again and take another shot at it. Yeah, I just have to think about it one more time.
Mr. Wright, please make your decision soon.
Let me get this straight. Oh, crap. Okay, alright. Well, then clearly there is a contradiction. Be smart. Please be trolling. Chat, no! She's meowing her worth. This theory contradicts something in the earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ungard was the killer. If that's the case... What's that supposed to mean? OMG clipped? What was clipped? I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Because the radio said so. Because... strangle with a scarf, then stab with a knife. Without intent. Oh, because this, right? Because this. It's this. It's this. This knife. This was used by Mr. Ungard at dinner.
Yes, we established that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, and he brought his knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida, I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. Holy crap, I nailed one. Hi, Jelly! If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. Simon says, release my client. He said he would love to go. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Susie, tell him I said good boy. What the?
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To hide the murder method? To frame Matt Ungard. To frame Matt Ungard. No! I'm dumb! No, I'm dumb! I clicked the wrong one! No! It's to frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course.
To frame?
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? Wait, did I click the wrong one? But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness? Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Jipu?
Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
The judge is kind of a good boy. Jelly! He's not. Guys, I may have to leave now. Sukuna is coming to my house with some oh my gosh, why did I read that? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but Jelly doesn't know about the lobster, New Vivi. Don't get them started. Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ungard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But, I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
I'll help with hints. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then? That's top secret. Anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct?
Ha ha ha. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. Oh, I'm gonna save because I feel like something's about to come up here. What is lobster? I must know. No! Sukuna is hitting a jackpot today. Nuvi, is Sukuna bringing his what the oh, shit. Chat! So, Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Old Bag, you were waiting for this person to come out from the victim's room, weren't you? Okay, hang on. Jelly, check what Ilya posted in pictures. Oh, no. Here, the lobster, nothing more. Yeah, that's it. There you go. I want caviar. Okay, it had to be... She was waiting around for... I mean... There's... I don't know who it could be. There's only one person that I'm kind of leaning toward. But I don't think it makes any sense. That's not cheap. Are you wealthy? I saw it. Bro, my eyes. Not even close to cheap. Think. We've been using lobster as a euphemism now. Hey. Hint? Sure. If you could give me a hint, yes. Think that won't work? Phoebe! Have some hopes for me. Woman. Okay, that doesn't rule out who I was thinking about. I'm thinking it's... Well, see, like, I think I suspect it's Lada. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know why... Well, I don't know. Maybe they had some connection. You know what? Any hope for you would be considered cope. Okay, I still want to share New Evie. Adrian? Who else? But why would why? Egg Grinder doesn't like reading lobster comments. Why would it be Adrian though? Is it something to do with the autograph? I don't remember how the autograph got there. That might be the problem. Powers would be in the way, so you could not see the lobster. For crap's sake, that 1 week is too much time for you. Yeah, you ain't kidding. You're not wrong. But screw it.
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ungard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
And this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. Holy hell, you're dumb. It's Adrian. What? I picked Adrian! A lobster new... Oh, for crap's sake. It's better than the name you came up with last week, Callum. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation, in secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal responses and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness. Please testify about this secret information.
Get ready.
This is going to take the wind out of your young'uns.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Great name. Wendy didn't like Adrian taking her man. Oh. Better than milk. Oh, for crap. Better than... Yes, better than that. What the hell kind of a name? Wendy wants the young boys. Yeah, but all boys would be young to her. Except maybe the judge.
That Ungard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know that yet, okay?
Milk Cowboy, also known as Cowboy with cows. Guys, do not get the strawberry smoothie from McDolland's. It makes me sick. No plans on it. Don't worry.
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant.
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
So then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right. Ungard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as an old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. What is 81 on about? Boycott McDolland's? Cowboys were ranchers, not criminals, for the record. So I should not have drunk it. Mickey D's? Yeah, Mickey D's, Bloody McDolland's. Guys, I'm really hungry. Thankfully, Sukan is coming with his lobster. Crab! Let me know when he arrives. Twin. Why this chat? I don't know. Okay, that Ungard is an evil, evil man. You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander.
But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss A.A.
But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossip Land.
What? Are you saying that gossip is just a pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% truth. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip.
Man, she's not living in modern times, let me tell you.
Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright.
Discriminate? When did I do anything like that?
Anyway, Ungard will never get me to say touché.
I'm actually hungry though. What should I eat? My country has McDolland's, but 4 years ago they rebuilt they rebuilt it into their own restaurant.
He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal.
A scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school?
It's definitely not what a scandal is. Middle school these days. No. I wasn't asking about the word what the word scandal means. Even I know that much.
Well, that Ungard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan.
Okay, it can still be small twin. Gojo might just have an even bigger lobster. Stop. Woohoo, I'm getting Gojo's. Oh my god. Till DR, we don't have McDolland's anymore. You don't have any proof that Mr. Ungard did any such thing?
You must be suffering from the shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're so much in shock, you can't do anything right.
You're right. I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about you.
All right, then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that Ungard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan?
That Ungard didn't show... was on bad terms with On Guard. I mean, I can't. Decline the offer to present. I don't have anything to offer.
See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want, silly boy.
Me and my big mouth.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you, anyway.
What the heck? Who has a big Why am I- What's chat? Stop with the lobster! Who's For crap's sake! TLDR, this chat is rotten. This chat has gone foul. We need to put it in the washer. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. So, you... What do you mean by I took action?
Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you youngins need.
You were going to teach her a good lesson?
I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this!
No, stop!
Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
Not the washer? I skipped the thing.
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? I'm completely lost, by the way. I have no clue which one of these it could possibly be.
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Press further, present evidence, wait and see. What? I have no clue. Press further? If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got this secret information, you won't get to go home today.
Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me.
What do I have to do with this?
Just do this for me. You'll get your reward.
I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering? Read all the evidence?
As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on the line of questioning.
Where did Old Bag get her inside information? Has to be something I can use to figure it out. Sounds like just another tidbit of gossip, doesn't it? But you can't just ignore it either. It makes your client look bad either way. Well, I don't think I heard anything really out of the ordinary just now. There has to be something we can catch her on. Yeah, and when I find it, I'm going to press the heck out of it. Okay. Okay. Let's go to this last one. Oh, and it's top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet. I'm going to guess this. Shot mega secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Cordia has been getting close with the mysterious yet beautiful managers to the stars. I still have Megumi. It has to do with the camera? What? Stolen on the night of the murder. Tabloid article about the victim was in its case? Read evidence? Seems like next time. Okay, all right. Let me press this again, just because I want to see. I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Secret piece of information? Could it have been this? I mean, I'll try it. He's going right now. He's also has a big, for crap's sake. Present evidence. So, no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness? I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Oh! Ilya, you're quite observant. I think Ilya has played the game. The investigative photographer, lot of heart.
Oh, yes. I remember.
By the way, Ilya absolutely helped me. I don't think I would have ever nailed that.
Oh, yes. I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing.
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
Ah, that's it. That's the note. Oh.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
What is happening right now, both in the chat and on my screen?
And you are the one who took Miss Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard. I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written.
Including you? Sukin is almost there. I can't wait. What the crap?
Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really shouldn't come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Forgive her, pile on more pressure. Screw it. Forgive her, I guess. Why not? I guess we should forgive her.
Who the heck are you to decide who should be forgiven, you delinquent?
What? Number of endearing qualities, 0. Phoenix, you can't go easy on her. She's no frail old lady. Yeah, you should be pressing her until she gives in. It's really scary today. Gee, I wonder why. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it. Damn, Phoenix saying damn it. You're lying, damn it. And I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Old Bag? I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. The camera? It's gotta be the camera. Right? Okay. I have seen this. This testimony is BS. It's gotta be the camera. Nothing else was stolen that night. It had to be the camera. So I guess I'll go with Miss Old Bag. That note was written with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink. By the way, Depression, thank you for remaining sane and remaining helpful. Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweet $1,600 camera disappeared on me.
Why, witness?
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it was only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Damn, she's a thief!
That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw the woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it. Said, Slimebag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
What the heck? Fun fact, when it's New Year, when it's New Year for A-Dee, for me, and Yoon was already morning, yes. I feel like I was the last one to go into the New Year in the Discord. I played the first 3 games, and now I'm playing the 4th one. What is the 4th one?
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once.
How are you liking the 4th one? What's the name of the 4th one called?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
Those might be spoilers? Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Don't tell me. There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court.
New photo.
This is the Nickel Samurai.
Oh, okay.
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Loudest photo added to the court record. Picture taken on the hallway right after the murder. Okay.
What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is
the defendant. What?
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to an end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly.
Have we?
Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. Can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's nothing strange with it, something strange with it. Okay. Well, can I see it? I need to see it. Okay. Is there anything strange about this photo? I mean, you can't see his other hand. Okay, this part was kind of hard, TBH. I was stuck on it. Also read last comment. Last comment. Should I be more specific when giving hints, or maybe more subtle? Honestly, that's up to you, I feel like. It depends on how long you want to go for, you know? You want me to go for. Okay, wait. I have a theory, but... Let's see. He's stepping out of Corrida's room. Yeah, that checks out. See, I was gonna say maybe... I mean, the fact that Old Bag isn't there is kind of interesting, but... Look at everything once again. I thought you got it for a sec. Nibibi, how can you... You're a mentalist. Okay, hang on. Maybe there's something... He doesn't have the staff. He's got a shoulder thing. He's got cap. He's got weird sock things on. Now let's go back to this picture. Can't see the weird sock things. I can see the shoulder thing. I can see the cap. His right hand is the mechanical one. That one's right hand is the mechanical one. Damn! I don't know. It's the samurai itself. He's a beast demon even with the... What the... What can't you see? You can't see the arm, but that shouldn't matter. Like, it could just be that his arm was just obstructed from view, like it... Wait. Oh, wait a minute, his top! His top, he's like, is he shirtless here? No. Wait, what? What's going on here? What? I don't understand. What also can't you see? You literally said the answer? I did? But... everything's there! Everything is there! Literally everything is there, except... Hang on. Like... I don't understand! Alright, something strange with it. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. I'm gonna save because I don't want to mess this up here. Come one, come all. Like what? I can't tell. I don't think there's anything like it. I mean, maybe like really subtle details, but there is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with the bunker buster, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Oh, I can't hit tab! Oh no! Oh no! Nothing is missing. It's just the wrong size? The wrong size? Oh! Oh, because he's got the pants are too big for him? He went short? I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, well, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does that mean?
The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
He soft locked? No, I didn't soft lock. I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the Hakama.
His socks? You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding a Hakama up just to walk. Wait, Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his Hakama up just to walk. No, he's not! There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Unfortunately, it would have taken a while, or he would just guess. When I originally played, I hit the Hakama because there was no button. If I would have just guessed, I think I would have clicked on his chest because I saw some strange, subtle details that looked a little different. Alright. I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? And I haven't damaged his case at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt Ungard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside the costume is not Matt Ungard. In that case, who is this a photo of? How would I know? Who is the person wearing... Don't tell me I'm gonna have to actually guess who it is. You're having a laugh. We're almost 2 hours in, yeah. Who's the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focusing on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah. Why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
No hints. You don't have many suspects. Could it be Adrian Andrews? For it to be Juan would have to be really insane. No reason why it'd be Lotta. Powers not only seems taller, but no reason again. But he's in the court record thing. All right, off the bat, I can eliminate a few. All right, I can eliminate Maya, eliminate Pearl, eliminate Gumshoe, eliminate Von Karma probably, eliminate Miles. That leaves from here to the right. I'm gonna say it's probably not Old Bag. It's not Matt, which would leave Juan, Lotta, Powers, and these two. She's dead. Maybe. Who knows with these cases? She could pop back in for all I know. This guy's stupid, no doubt about it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, so that leaves Powers, which I doubt. Lotta, Juan, which would be a cool twist. And Adrian Andrews. Of these people, I'm gonna say it was Adrian Andrews.
Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
Dude, whenever I get it right, Phoenix, puts all the pieces of the puzzle, together. And, suddenly it makes sense. But, I swear, I don't put all of the pieces of the puzzle together in my mind. Damn it, Phoenix, you're smart. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Miss... Right. I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
Wow. All right, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Raise an objection? Wait and see. Crap. I don't know. I guess I have to raise an objection.
Now then.
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not...
I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
Really? But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Tis. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all, happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What? Are you kidding me? Does Edgeworth have her, like, in the bag already?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Miles helping us is the most difficult way possible. The most difficult way possible. Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Okay, so this is about the time where I ask, how much of this case is left? Should I leave the rest for, and I know that's sorta, kinda, partially spoilery, but I gotta know. How much of the case is left? Should I leave it for next week? Or should I continue it now and just, like, I might as well finish it, you know? Because, like, I get you could answer that question without telling me how much of it is left, I guess. Yeah. I don't care. I know, but I just want to make sure that, like, next about 45 more minutes. Oh, really? Okay. Well, then I will end. I will have to end today then. I was ready to keep going. Well, I mean, 45 more minutes? I mean, I could finish that today, actually. I could just finish that today. Should I just do it? Should I just finish today? From a long play alone? Should I just finish today? You know what? Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's finish this game today. Finish today? Do it? Yeah, let's finish today. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. By the way, I just want to say, I don't know if y'all will believe me, but I did suspect Adrian early on. And I will continue to say that, even if it turns out that she isn't the killer. I did suspect her early on. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool. And collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. Yeah, but I don't have a motive yet. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. You can finish only the first court today? What? First court? So after the ceremony, during the lunch break, huh? You've been going for only 2 hours? I know, but like yeah, but I was like, well, if there's like, 2 hours left, I wouldn't want to do 2 hours, I wouldn't want to, do 3 hours today and then 1 hour next week. I would want to, divide it up as much as I could. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted the blood-covered button in She could have also easily planted the blood-covered Hakama button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came up... Because she was the one that came to wake me up? And, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But that still doesn't explain who the killer is. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time the trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Oh, I actually hadn't completely forgot about that, but yeah, yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing that bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Weird. There's another investigation. We need to finish the case today or Maya dies.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in the case, Mr. Matt Ungard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all of my work for me. Anyways, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter, or was it a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
I feel like the tables have turned now. I'm the prosecutor almost. Very well, witness. Please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. All right, here we go. Witness testimony. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so when I went to get Matt from his room, after that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo, as I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Weird.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime, and I disrupted the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix, she is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your defense, is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Crap. Whatever that means, let's see what I can do. It was time for the show to start, so I went to go get Matt from his room. I'm gonna save real quick. Alright, let's press on this. And that was when Mr. Ungard... And what was Mr. Ungard doing at the time? he was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ungar did say he was taking a nap. And I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you... Right. I thought years of school had taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ungar's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. What the heck? After that, I went to Juan's room. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture. Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Let her be. Press further. Press further? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Maybe we continue now. Witness, what did you see when you got into his room? Wait, what? What was that? After that, I went to Juan's room. Weird. And there was a dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculated person. Despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo. Dead chat? I guess so. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yeah, as soon as Sukuna disappeared, suddenly, yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like that too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? Better than the lobster? Yeah, exactly. I felt as though I thought I was about to faint. I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Weird. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Hankorida, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? Didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. Was she starting to say just now? Press further? Press further. Miss Andrews! I'm convinced that you, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Hey, Lobster, can you please do a Grinder Lobster stream one day? No, I cannot. But if we do finish today, I will be spinning the wheel today. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's just kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. What?
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo?
Where are the... Oh, I was gonna say, where are the flowers? But yeah, they're there.
This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell off onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought it was that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume that the vase was just another part of the mess. Spin wheel. Can't wait.
Looks like yet another fact has come to light here.
Please add this and anything else you have to reveal in your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked over the flower vase where it fell onto the guitar case. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. So you saw he was stabbed, and you went to check his pulse. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. All right. Spinning on stream? Yes. Yeah, I spin it on stream at the end. Okay, so, I mean, went to the room, went to Juan's room, his dead body, naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo, the exact same scene, felt as though I was about to faint, poured myself a glass of juice. I mean, do I have any... What about this? This hasn't come into relevance yet. Oh, no. I meant to look at the crime scene photo. Confess something after post-ceremony stage show. Only the top of the lid. Bears Corrida's fingerprints. Tomato juice. Bears Andrew's fingerprints. Strangled with a scarf. That part still hasn't come up either. Maybe this is where it's relevant? I was about to faint, so I poured myself... When I saw that it was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo, and there was this dead body, I was in shock. I went to Juan's room. Time for the show to start, so I went to get... I mean, maybe a hint? I was the one who knocked the flower vase over, where it fell onto the guitar case? No, that's not relevant. Onto the guitar case. Well, I guess that's why it was covered in water, but... Then why is the guitar case open? It must be the guitar. It must be the guitar, but I don't know... Would I present the guitar? Or would I present the photo? I'm gonna go with the photo here. Could I have actually figured this out for myself? For the first time ever?
Objection!
Oh! You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? I've returned. Welcome back. Just in time for me to smash it out of the park with a correct answer? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, A-Dee, A-Go? Hell yeah, thank you. If that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. A-Dee is getting smarter? Maybe. Or maybe just looking at the evidence actually helps for once. Who would have known?
That's very true.
Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. No hints used. My presence was leaching. Did you intentionally not give me a hint, Depression, because you knew I would get that on my own? Like, were you just waiting to see if I would get it? The remains of the vase are scattered. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the guitar case. What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case.
It was wonderful. 3 lobsters all for me? Goodness gracious. You were on the right track? Thank you. Thank you. You believed in me. And hopefully I came through. But this whole matter with the guitar case is dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That's irrelevant. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, does it? Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of true. But still, why was it open?
It seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either.
All right, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. Why would she know about the guitar case? But whatever, we'll see how this goes. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. No! It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Oh, come on! How do y'all accept something like that?
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic as a convenient escape for a weak man. Okay, well I gotta find some sort of contradiction here. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. During your testimony just now, you did remember those events clearly in your mind. Well, you see... Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Miss Andrews?
Yes, it was me. Okay, confirmed. That's confirmed at least. So I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. After I knocked the vase over. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that that's the first thing you should do. I would think that the first thing you should do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. This is so weird. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay attention, Mr. Wright.
I feel like he's speaking to me. Sorry. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at the discovering of the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if I had a weapon to hit her with, I'm sure this weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Okay. I mean, it's still kind... No! I did not mean to... I did not mean to do that. I meant to open up the picture. Okay, well, I guess I should save now. Okay, well, like, see, here's the thing, right? If it fell on top of the case, then I feel like the way the lid opens, all of the crap should fall to the other side of the guitar case, right? Like, it doesn't make sense that it would fall in front of the guitar case, but that might be irrelevant here. There's some water. Also, maybe is this it? Is it that it's covered with water and not the tomato juice? No, so I suppose after I knocked the vase over. What are you confused about? I'm not confused. Well, I mean, like, I don't know which one of these yet, but I'm kind of working it over in my mind right now. I'm not completely stumped yet. Not yet. Oh, I'm dumb. No. The vase got knocked over. The vase had water in it. Gotcha. Never mind. I see. Yeah. Okay, that tracks. But still, the direction of where the pieces fell don't track very much. Open the guitar case after I knock the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. This, I feel like, I mean, I don't have any evidence to suggest that it wasn't, but I feel like I don't know. After why I opened the case, even I don't know. Alright. Okay, I could use a hint on this one. I suppose I must open the case after I knock the vase over. A bit dazed. I suppose okay. Give me a sec. Okay. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. I feel like it's this one, but I don't have anything to prove that it wasn't empty. Evidence? Like, all we're talking about is the guitar case, but I mean, the picture. And this. Some water, but only the top of the lid. Bears Corrida's fingerprints. Tomato juice. Bears Andrew's fingerprints. Yeah, I got nothing. Did you do the contradiction with the top of the lid? I think so, yeah. How it, like, it had to, yeah, like the water landed on it. I did that one already, yeah. Or like how it was, she said it landed on the lid, but, that's contradictory to the photo because it was open. Look at the glass. Found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. Bears and just footprint. Look at the scene. I mean, what is there to see? You've got the smashed vase on the floor, water all over the place, including some on the guitar case. It should have gone inside. No. We already went over that. She says she opened the case. She said she knocked the vase over, and then after that she opened the case. We already did that one. Yeah. So I'm back. I know. Oh. The only thing I could think of, but the hint would give it away, I'm guessing, is what you're gonna say. The only thing I could think of is that maybe it's like the direction that the lid opens. A part of the body? Now that doesn't make any sense to me. A part of the body? Should be good enough. I don't think... If you think... I don't think that's a good... I don't... A part of the body. I mean... Okay, let me look at her dialogue again. In the case, I don't even know. Suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Bit vague, but would be too obvious otherwise. Too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. To be fair, I don't get this one either. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Wait. Huh. Press maybe? I've pressed on all of them. More? Yes, if you could. The only thing I could think of is maybe this picture shows her like sneaking out with the guitar or something. But I feel like it'd be more noticeable if that was the case. First screen of evidence. Press it again, I want to see. Press on what? First screen of evidence? Oh, you mean this. I don't... Oh! Wait. Was she looking? Oh, she was looking for this! She was looking for this probably, right? Maybe? Have I saved yet? Have I saved yet? I'm saving now. Bruh? No? What? She doesn't have prints? What? It's not this? Why would that... Well then... Unless it's just the wine glass, That's too far ahead, A-Dee? I don't know. I might just have to start hitting random stuff. I think it's the guitar. My guy, what? More hints? I mean, I'll try the guitar.
Objection!
Well, apparently this is it, but let's see what Phoenix has to say, because I'm confused. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Oh! Because the fingerprints. Yeah. Right. Of course. Dumb. Yeah. I don't know why I should have read that. I'm sorry. That was yeah, that one I'll give you that one. That one was bad. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah. Listen to chat next time? I was listening to chat! What do you mean?
Was it? What is this, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, I now remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange. Nothing strange about that. That's strange. Is it strange? I mean, there's gloves in this photo. Still assuming that's her. No, because the wine glass. Because of the wine glass. I thought I said body part. Yeah, I got you now. You're wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah, even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? What was that? Did her glasses break? Off her face? Order. Wow, I must have delayed this stream by like 30 minutes with that question. I could not have gotten that. That's crazy. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really is empty though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case that was not the bright red guitar? You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. Is Phoenix me?
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that, on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. I'm afraid you'll have to get milk for the second time today. Make up your... No, it's okay. I've got time today. I'm chilling. I got time today. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Mr. Wright, then I'm sure you can't somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second, that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that the bright black guitar...
Something I didn't get to read that. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate the head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Unless it's this? I don't think so, though. Okay. What was inside the case, the guitar case, at the time of the murder? Let's see. My attorney badge? No way. The Magatama? No way. A photo Maya gave me? No way. Press conference ticket? Probably not. Radio? Probably not. Lotus camera? Probably not. Plausible, maybe. Magazine clipping. I don't remember where I got this from. Yeah, because it made sense that a camera was inside a guitar case. I don't know if you were trying to hide it. Map of the hotel? No. The guitar case itself? No. The wine glass? No. Crime photo? No. Got it from Powers? What, the tabloid? Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, no then. No, not the tabloid. Jammin' Ninja's button. Possibly. Possible. Celeste Impact. Stop, New Mimi, stop. You're, in the way you're kind of hinting at me, because when you type those dots, it means no, that's the wrong answer. You're an id. Attempted suicide report? Or this, suicide report. Celeste Impacts, found by Juan Corrida. Was her suicide note hidden? It could be this. And it's working. This has to be rage bait. It could be this. Probably not the knife, because the knife was found in the victim. Picture taken, and it wasn't the picture. So, that leaves us with this suicide report, the button, and the camera. Of those three things, the only thing that would make sense to me is the suicide note. The suicide report. Let's try. And why would something like that be inside the guitar case, let alone this one?
Why, Mr. Wright? Why?
Well, I just thought it might have been possible. Uh-oh. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be?
Yes, I never bring it out again.
Damn it. I'm laughing so hard. Why? Can't a foolishly foolish fool get some love? Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Crap. Okay. Your stupidity is laughable? No! Some of this makes sense! Alright, well that leaves the radio and the button. I don't think... Because this suicide report, it wasn't that. It wasn't this. It's not that. Juan's autopsy report. It's not that. So it has to be... Look at crime photo? What? This... How many buttons? Well, there's 3 and one missing. I think. Unless there's like one somewhere on the ground somewhere that I don't see, but I don't think there is a button. Each member of chat gets credit for putting up with you. It's either the button or it's the camera. And Nuvivi already gave me the dots with the camera, so it must be the button. There's no other... But that doesn't make sense, though. Like... Does it? And why would something like this be in so... Oh, no! Alright, I'm saving before I lose any more health. Alright, I need a hint. I need a hint. I'm stuck on this one. I have no idea. It makes no sense. I'll give a hint. Okay, please and thank you. I mean... Oh, wait. Oh my god. What? No! It wasn't that? Damn it! Try what you believe. I was thinking like... maybe... I don't know. Damn it, I was sure about that one that time! Oh, alright. Then I'll give a hint. Yes, please do. Don't choose random evidence and then make up a theory for why it should be right. No! I made up the theory first, then chose the evidence. I swear. Think logically, please. Second screen of evidence. Then it's this. God damn it. How is it not? How have I not found it yet then? What is it? I don't know what it could possibly be. Second screen of evidence. It's not the button. It's not the suicide report. It's not the knife. What the hell could it possibly have been? It makes zero sense. There's nothing. Another one. How did she leave? She walked out. Oh, wait. No, but that doesn't... Okay. I understand now. I understand. She walked... The costume was inside. Gotcha. Man, I'm really... Y'all have some patience, let me tell you.
This is a photograph?
Yes, but what is important is that what's in the picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
Doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. How would you rate my hints? I would rate them pretty good because you didn't tell me, but I did come to the conclusion eventually by just looking at each of the individual pieces of evidence. So that actually is helping a lot. Mr. Andrews, put it put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order, order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Ungard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room, and inside the guitar case of all places?
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What is this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was stolen from Ungard. It was a spare costume. It's gotta be it was stolen, right? I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Ungard.
Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing?
Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show? And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Ungard would be forced to go naked. Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court. Excuse me? Mr. Matt Ungard did not make his costume, did not take his costume off after the awards ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing the costume. Is this not correct? Yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he?
That's what I thought.
Damn it!
Let's try that one more time, shall we, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts.
It was a spare, I guess. Mr. Ungard did not take his costume off during the break period. I mean, I feel like I should have known that. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain that costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And there lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
I'm gonna save. Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... What? The victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel. Remember when I said 45 minutes? Yes. It became a lot more than 45 minutes, yeah. Yeah. Could it be... No. No. A spare. This, maybe? Yes, it had to be this. Because that's why Matt didn't know about it. Oh, wait. Yes! Yes! I got one! On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something about this conference. At this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said that he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. Frutal, what's up? Intelligence level up? Yeah, I +1 intelligence. +1 IQ right there.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, I can mean only one thing. The conference was set up. I'm sorry I've been missing a lot of streams. No, it's okay. You're good, Frutal. No worries. I kind of figured it's because, you know, spoilers or something. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the nickel samurai. I've just been forgetting a lot of times. You're good. No, don't worry. It happens a lot.
He was going to dress up as the nickel samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However. I am concerned that right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The nickel samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the nickel samurai, I don't care about spoilers. Oh, okay. Was about to speak about Matt on guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews.
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Oh? She knows?
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up, and the person who prepared the second costume for him was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure that Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway.
He was going to ruin him? Huh.
It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? What is she on about?
And do you know what the secret of Mr. On Guard is, Mr. Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect On Guard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Another testimony? Oh my gosh, alright. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan, no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. More content? Yeah? I thought we were at the end of this thing.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Okay. Okay, come on. I can do this, maybe. 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 For a moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. I'm gonna save. I've also been playing more Minecraft recently. You too? I feel like everybody's playing Minecraft these days. I freaking love Minecraft. It's so fun. Would you say... Would you say that your intuition... Would you say that's your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit a crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things enough, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Me too? You too, Depression? Holy crap, we all gotta play Minecraft together or something. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event, that hotel, for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ungard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? He said so. Anyway, the important thing here is that the information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree, Miss Andrews. Please correct your testimony, if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I've been playing a game on Roblox called Spelling Bee. Yeah, but not normal Minecraft. I've been playing Hypixel. Oh my gosh. Bed Wars? Only Bedrock though? Nah. Bedrock? I'm sorry if it hurts to hear this, but I think Bedrock is kind of lame. Compared to Java, I guess. Because Java, you know, you can mod and stuff. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Agree? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corrida with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out.
Objection!
The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Okay, wait, hang on. I know his motive was, but I can't. Huh. Weird. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Bedrock has a few nice features. Few nice features? Like what? But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. Big Salmon. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button off the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me with an icy stare. Yes. Can she read my mind?
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Wait, after the VOD today, that would be perfect. We both prefer Java. My internet is resetting. No, I can't. I can't today. I've already gone really long. Today. I can't go extra. That button was torn off of the Juan during the fight with Matt. How do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before too. Why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. I thought I had heard this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? Okay, so that button was torn off of Juan during the fight with Matt. How would... Okay, I'll come back to that. Sorry for being quiet for a bit. My internet reset. Oh, you're good. You don't have to apologize for that. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time.
Objection!
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. On Guard at any time. Why then would she wait until there's a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corrida had planned such an elaborate conference. You're getting shot? What? Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. On Guard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will toward the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me, it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Just pin down Miss Andrews, chat! Okay, I think... Could it be this one? The button was torn off the Juan during a fight. But I don't have anything to go against that, you know? I mean, except for it was found in... Well, no, that doesn't go against it either. Here, let me see. What if I press on this? What it says? How do you know that? Yeah. Okay, alright, I see. Check knife and/or autopsy. There's the victim blood, not guard's fingerprints in the grip. Okay. Didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. The fight, huh? Autopsy? Time of death, 8:15. Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. So he was strangled first. But does that tell me anything? A-Dee, I know you said if more people join, then maybe, but I still really want to mod. I mean, look, if you're with me long enough, Frutal, yeah, I'll mod you. You just gotta, Frutal, we don't even do anything. I mean, they ain't wrong. You shouldn't bother. Okay. Didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. To protect him. Let's see. It farms aura. I don't care. I still want to be mod though. Just, you stay with me. Stay with me for say, I don't know, a few more games, Frutal, and I'll give you modship. How's that? Let's see here. During the fight, that's the important part? Is it? Well then, did you beat the knight, A-Dee? The knight? Yes. Well, which knight are you talking about? Because you could be, there's two knights you could be referring to, but the answer is yes. That was really funny. Deltarune mention? Hell yeah. You doubt me? I mean, I know you're helping. A-Dee, are you stupid? No, I don't think so, no. I might have been. Callum, where's your wisdom, Callum? You always come in clutch sometimes, you know? Another hint? You wait, you gave me a hint? Oh. Yes, please, another hint, if you could. Listen to Depression. They said a great hint like 3 times. About stupid bum. About the timing of it? Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Button was torn off Juan during his fight with Matt. Didn't have it. I mean, red stuff. Made it obvious. I'm even more confused. Wait, no. Wait, no, maybe that did help. Hang on. Hang on. But check autopsy. Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with an... Wait. Stop, no! The gears in my brain are turning right now, but I think I'm missing a gear, though! If you could see me, there'd be steam coming out! Yes! Well, no, because that... No, because that doesn't... Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna... The button is cut and not torn off. I'm gonna... Okay, I understand. Here's the thing. I understand how it happened now, because you guys have, like, spelled it out for me, essentially. But I don't know what to present. I wouldn't know to present the button, the knife, or the autopsy report. Wait, it says the button was torn off of a different person, I think? Ace Attorney. What is this game? Okay, screw it. Oh, look at that. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? What shouldn't have blood? Well, because it doesn't... Just because he was strangled a little bit doesn't necessarily mean that the stabbing wasn't the final blow, or wasn't the thing that did him in, you know? And didn't happen before the button was removed. I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe it's obvious to you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that is the case in real life. But whatever, sure. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim's stabbing had already died. What?
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. Ah, that's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way. I like this image where Phoenix is standing with his chest puffed out like that. Me too, and he still doesn't listen. I do listen! There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. It's like, you're sending me your wavelength, right? And I'm on a different wavelength, you know? You have to match my wavelength for me to receive your hints. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
Order, order! What is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We know now that this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this off from the victim's body. What would that mean? That the murderer had something in mind. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Me too, and he still doesn't listen. I do know. Yeah, you gotta talk in an extremely simple way. Yeah, give it a shot, and then we'll see what happens, you know?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To pin the crime on Ungard, to have a memento of the crime, to destroy evidence. Obviously, it was to destroy evidence. Did I get anybody with that? No, it's to pin the crime on Ungard. A-Dee, I have a hard word to spell. Can I have a hard word to spell? I won't look it up. You want me to give you a hard word to spell? Okay. How about anti-disestablishmentarianism? There is only one logical reason for something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ungard. There is no way anyone would put a bloodied button on their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ungard. Mr. Ungard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. I mean, that looks right to me. I don't actually know how that word is spelled.
Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
Finally. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Here we go. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Ungard is... Everything points to... Adrian. But I feel like... Keep in mind I'm in 5th grade... Bruh. W spelling? I mean, everything points to Adrian. I don't think... I will go through them one by one. Mod finally used. It's not Maya Fey. It's not Pearl. It's not Gumshoe. It's not... Probably not Von Karma. It's not Edgeworth. There's no way it's Powers. It's not Lada. I trust Lada. Could he have killed himself? Could he have killed himself? No. No, because then who would... Wait. No. It's not my client. It's not her. With what? What do you mean? He would hung himself, and maybe it, like, I don't know, broke off or something, and then maybe the accomplice would be Adrian because she helped pin it on Matt or something. I don't know. The answer is in your face. Why are you talking about that? Pearl? Oh, it's Pearl? Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I guess it's Adrian Andrews then. There's no one else it could be. Miss Adrian Andrews, I choose you! You are the Mr. Corrida's killer. What? I don't think this is shocking news.
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Tisk. Oh, she's got spare glasses, chat, don't worry. Now he's Ash Ketchum? Yeah. Then what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, a goat we knew from the start. Callum, you're way too nice to me. Thank you for being a beacon of love, while Nuvivi is a beacon of hate. No, not hate, but of insults. There you go. A fraud. Hey! There is no way he would have put such an incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Ugh. Another set of glasses. Can we get a glasses count? No, we cannot. He must be at like 10 by now. Nah, it's a dyslexic. A dyslexic. That's funny. Why am I catching strays? What do you mean, why? You know why. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Engard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And the person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. I'm something in between? Yeah, you know, you're actually right. No,
Objection!
Depression mid? But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. Oh?
That's right.
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic day's discoverer of the dead body. And to top it all off, there's this photo. He's the patty in between the buns. I'm gonna start saying that now. Wouldn't the patty in between the buns be a photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Engard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. No, chat. Fruital just said he's in 5th grade, okay? Stop with the lobster. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews!
I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Why is she crying? Was she crying or was she sweating?
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the 5th is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Think hard, understood? Alright. Oh, did Von Karma tell her not to testify? That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix, but there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? Why is pleading the 5th a thing in Japanifornia? They have rights? Did you know you have rights? What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? I almost thought that said crevice.
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did, in fact, harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
I believe this may lead me to incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what Karma would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. Really?
Jesse, we need to cook. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory, she is the actual murderer, has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess? We're not done?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. At tomorrow's trial.
Tomorrow? No, no! We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please, wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial? Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. It's not about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
The homie? It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Oh?
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
I mean, not necessarily, but sure. Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. The edgy poo carry? Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want you to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. What? Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. What? I don't know what this is about, what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
We are not done! I'm running out of time, though. But, I mean, I guess I could keep going forever. I could go for a really long time today, chat. I'm available, but, That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. Oh? I was surprised when I walked into the room and I saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired-looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Oh, really? Even though he had a knife in him? To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. And when I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Okay. Okay.
So you poured that? So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Guys, when I divorced Nouvellette, do you think I took the kids? What the... Do you think I'm a weekend dad? If you're available, then let's play a game after the VOD. No, I can't. I can't, because this one's already... I'm already like 30 minutes over my normal time. Do you think it's split custody? I'm European, got a nap because time zones? No, Depression, you're gonna go before the end of this? It's okay. We love you. Thank you for the help. But is it safe? Is it safe? Do y'all want me to press on everything or just go straight to the point? Because I'm pretty sure it's this. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. I'm pretty sure it's the knife, right? Or it's the autopsy report right here. Because there is no way she didn't notice the knife if it wasn't her. It has to be that. I could press on everything and just show everybody the dialogue and do everything. But I'll stay until the end. Okay. I could show everybody the dialogue and like I could prolong this longer, or I could just try this. And assuming that's what's wrong, finish this. Do y'all want to see the dialogue, or do you want to see me try this? What are y'all feeling? I mean, I'll press on this. So let's see what this says if I press on it. A-Dee milk method? No. And what did cross your mind? Yeah, it's 100% this. It's 100% this. I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost at the Grand Prix. And then I felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
Don't make it longer. Try it. Want to see everything? Depression is the one that has to go, and depression is the one telling me that they want to see everything. So I'm going with everything. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Alright, here I go. I'm gonna press on everything. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then, who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme, a reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I sleep at 10 a.m. generally, so 4 a.m. isn't that bad. So it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrida? It's Sunday today, so don't need sleep. Hey! I understand your frustrations and not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? At 6 hours, and Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the chair. Anyways, ATP, my body has adapted, and even waking up late, it's still like 5 a.m. Yeah, Callum, I'm amazed at the hours that you sleep. Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that sound a little odd? Oh, wait, I might have the wrong thing. It may be... Huh. Oh, we'll figure it out. But right now, I pressed on the other one, so I gotta press on this one. So I went to pour him some juice. Wait, that's so peak. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always had a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
You've seen so many streams, your body knows. That is actually really sweet. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. Okay, and I saw this part, so alright, here we go. By the way, who drinks tomato juice? No, actually, I am not a fan of tomato. I don't like tomatoes at all unless it's ketchup. Ketchup is the only way that I will consume a tomato. I saw him sitting like that. Okay, here we go.
Objection!
Really? That's not it? I thought he was dead, didn't cross my mind. Then maybe the knife?
Objection!
Oh no. Well then, what is it then? Wrong picture? Oh, it's the picture? Oh, whatever. Sure. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him. Tomato juice is good. You like tomato juice? I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I can't consume a tomato in any way that's not ketchup. I just can't. I don't know. No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. I know we're in the same time zone. Nah, you're weird. Tomato juice sucks. No, I mean, people love it. Like, obviously people love it. They sell it, you know? Some people enjoy it.
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that he was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. Oh, she is crying now. No! Tomato is savory? It ain't meant for juice? Exactly. Tomato juice is good with ravioli or something similar. Are you talking about like a tomato sauce? Because actually, you know, I'll have like ragu, but I won't like bite into a tomato, you know, or put tomatoes on like a sandwich of mine.
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify. Eat it raw like an apple? God, no.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Like, there's so much still that's unsolved, though.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict of Mr. Matt Ungard.
Objection!
Oh? Answer my question? What was your question? A-Dee, answer my question. What are you doing for the rest of the afternoon? What am I doing? I'm doing me. I'm doing me time. What do you mean? I gotta rest. I just did a whole 4-hour stream. What do you mean? Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. No way this isn't over.
What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. No, it's actual juice, like apple juice. I mean, I'd be willing to try it again, but I just don't know.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in this place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francesca von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she tossed the lifesaver... Yesterday, she was tossed the lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. Oh, Phoenix is locked in. Wait, A-Dee, what time do you sleep? I sleep in about 5 or so hours from now. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone help me.
Mr. Wright!
Yes, Your Honor?
The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Hang on. I feel like something... This ain't over. This is far from over. He's got to eat and stuff? Yeah, I got dinner. I got to make dinner right after this. Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come on now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Request not guilty verdict? Force Andrews to testify. Okay. Okay. Alright. Do I have to think this through? Is this difficult? What's going on here? Request not guilty verdict. Force Andrews to testify. A-Dee, come on. Stop giving me crap already. I just got onto this prompt. I deserve a little bit of leniency here. Okay. Request not guilty. Force Andrews to testify. Do as you will. Request not guilty. Force Andrews to testify. What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Request not guilty verdict. Request... I mean... Why are these two things at odds? I feel like these two things are on the same side. I'm going to pick... Request her to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Ungard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. 45 minutes turned into like 2 hours. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
what is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Oh? Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth!
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop. No matter how much you... Okay, this is actually really dark. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. Damn, Edgeworth, chill. The secret of her independent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop. I beg you, if people find out, I'll... I wonder how much of the time is due to A-Dee's skill. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Dude, Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Damn! That's what I was talking about, Edgeworth being... So, you will tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Edgeworth is cooking her? I'll talk, but please, help me. I mean, apparently he was projecting, but still, nothing matters anymore. This is really sad. Another testimony. Holy crap, we're not done. Depression's gonna fall asleep before I get to the end of this. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished, I was returning to Matt's room. I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. What?
Stabbed the body with a knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man?
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, the scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. I mean, apparently he was protecting, but still. Game Boy game, by the way? Yeah, what the heck? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
I don't even know what to cross-examine here. Miles, just cruel? Yeah, that was... Cowardly man is crazy from her. When I first saw him, I really thought it was over. Why didn't y'all let me do this next week? I could have done this next week. I'm going for 4 hours. I could have done 2 hours today and then 2 hours next week. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a lot, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. 2 hours today? Pathetic. Maybe. This goes faster usually? What is the plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. I'm gonna save. I made a dash back to Matt's room. So she left the room. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes toward him. But how did she... Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. But how did she not get fingerprints on it then? And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. If you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ungard's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do, but things never go that smoothly, do they? Gloves? But there's no reason for her to have been wearing gloves. She couldn't have been wearing gloves because of the glass, right? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lana. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's the Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. She brought them later, and that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into the bag. And then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. My word. That does all... What does it all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francesca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe her in her words. Bad advice, to be honest.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony lands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
No! But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. This isn't over, is it?
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
No! Is this a dream? What? Is this real? Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? He like perks up instantly. I love that sprite. What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Wait. Although I didn't remember it at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day. The killer? The room? That day? Yes. What? I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him. You found that card, next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card is any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Can we please play Roblox for like 10 minutes or so? No, I'm sorry, Fruto. I'm going for so unbelievably long. This is longer than I've ever gotten, like, ever. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. Was right there the entire time? I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. I'm a little lost too, but... I mean, I understand that the killer is linked to this card, but I don't understand how. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? No, just for a few minutes? No, Frutal, I really can't. I probably swear... To be continued? Okay, alright. Okay. Do I save this for the shortest stream ever next week, or do I just finish this off? How much more is there? There's no way there can be... There's no way there's more than, like... Nap time? Just do it? Y'all said just do it like an hour, like 2 hours ago. Next stream? Is there that much left? Because I don't... 3 hours more? Are you having a laugh? Next stream and spend the rest playing Roblox. There's investigation and court. So I'm not done? You're so close? No, Callum, I think that's what they're saying. I think I've been had, and I'm really not close. I'm not laughing, just sleepy. Well, okay. I guess it was still a stream. No, there's more. There is more. Okay. All right. All right. Well then, there's a lot more. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna call it there. Just take no dude? What is that? I don't even know what that means. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. This has gone on way, way, way too late. No, Frutal. I'm sorry, but I really have to say no this time. I said 7-hour-long case. You're halfway done. My goodness. Alright, well, I'm calling it. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for chilling with me. Thanks for forcing me to go extra long today. It was still fun. Hopefully we'll finish the case next week. How was it? It was good. It's good. It's great so far. But I did think it'd be over this week. But no, next week we're finishing it for sure. Wait one sec. Frutal, the music's already started. I can't stop it. That Mal's moment was my favorite. By A-Dee, you really gave us a lot of milk. No, I gotta head off. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Have a great sleep. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye, everyone.